Okay, it turns out I was recording. Just professionalism. Oh, she seems okay now. I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Oldbag? Okay, you win. I'll talk. It's very sad music. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Miss Oldbag. You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia. She silenced the paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But you have to understand, poor old Henry never meant to harm anyone. Miss Oldbag. Hold on a minute. Poor Miss Oldbag. Here, take this. A photograph. Wait a second. This is the picture. Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Aaron was supposed to fight with a bad guy on top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor and the man fell into a flower box fence. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand. Damn, jackhammer, fist samurai, headband, and tennis racket. Give the fatal samurai shove. Killed a man on a flower gate fence. I don't really think they make those spikes sharp enough to kill anyone, but I don't know, man. Maybe, just maybe. That was a big trip. Well, let's go fucking interrogate Vasquez. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Henry put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2? Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer. I don't think anyone called him. I think he went over there and he was gonna fucking kill Vasquez. But then the mafia. In that van. And here she is. Hey Nick, it's Miss Vasquez. Hello? H-E-L-L-O. That seems to be going great. Hello! My, should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she had to say, apparently. Excuse me, Mr. Hammer came here the day of the murder and... Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off. Oh dear. Mrs. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it. Nick, she did it. She's the killer. My Fey blood speaks to me. I know it. I know it. Oh dear. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila. If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer. By yourselves. Well, I really could, but, Oh dear. How about this one? She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? I will... Old bag. Old? She means the security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick. Right, anyway, Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? You used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. Nick, she went inside the trailer. If I go inside this trailer, they're gonna be like Al Capone in here, some shit. I don't know. Do I have a gun? No. I do have the samurai spear though, so things get it dicey. You already know what's about to happen. You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Seems that we have got some conclusive evidence. Miss Vasquez, you were using that incident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kid shows for petty change. So, I'm a blackmailer now? Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I made sure it was an accident, but used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But you were the cause. You pressured him. You think it was just an accident? Excuse me. What is this all about? You keep saying accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think. What would it be if it wasn't an accident? Whoa. Trying to tell me this was... No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That is what I mean. I see. So we discovered him out, and she's trying to hide, cover her tracks, you know. But where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, you believe me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hand, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course all the reporters would need in the negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me. Now. What? This is valuable evidence. Boys. I knew it. It's the boys. Huh. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? What trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Ooh. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt. No. Why should D. Vasquez care all about all that? I'm sure you have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No! Hold it right there. I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me now. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Hey, you okay, pal? So, Detective Gumshoe. After all he's done to us, with Reed White, fucking bringing up new evidence, dismissing our testimonies, trying to throw me in jail, here he is. Got my back. You know, the only way to have a truly strong friendship is to be truly strong enemies. What am I saying? I don't know. Oh, yeah, here we are. Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe, thank you so much. I was really scared. Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just, I wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez, you dumbass. Sorry. D. Vasquez. Oh, okay. Never mind. I guess I'm the dumbass. Usually when it says to be continued, I leave, but, I really goddamn want to get this fucking chapter over, episode 3 over. It's been a fucking, like, half a century. I've been on this one for, like, I don't know, like 10 episodes. Probably not that many, but, like, you know. It's been a considerable amount of time. You know? Also, me wanting to start that new series, whatever it is. Make sure if you haven't voted on that, you know, it's at the start of the video, there should be a poll. You know, Shadow of the Colossus. It's a game with a lot of downtime. So you get to hear the Beckfast's smooth commentary. Far Cry 4. Also a game with a lot of downtime. So once again, you get to hear the Beckfast's smooth commentary. And then Uncharted. Which I don't know exactly which one it'd be, but it'd be like the... Because I have like... There was like a free thing in PlayStation, which is like the collection. So it'd be like the soonest one in the series that I could play. The earliest one. But yeah, those are your 3 choices. So, make sure you vote. I might vote if nobody votes. What would I vote for? I'd probably vote for Shadow of the Colossus myself, or Far Cry 4. Well, I never played Shadow of the Colossus, but I've watched it a while ago. And Far Cry 4 I've played, and I like that game. Okay, but enough about me. Let's get on to the final day of the trial. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. And you know, the prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. How both the prosecution and defense will be able to present the decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today I will call on people present in Studio 2 trailer that day. From the testimonies, the truth will become clear. Okay. You know, I've been a veteran in the whole attorney business for a while. Basically what's gonna happen is Vasquez is gonna come out and say that his powers. Vasquez is gonna throw Sal under the bus is what I'm feeling like. And Sal's gonna take it. Something along those lines. Very well. Edward seems a bit on edge today. Edgy boy. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edward. Prosecutor calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Mrs. D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Also a mafia boss. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez. I'm a producer for Global Studios. The day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows. Yes. I dislike needless banter. You must pontificate. Do it when I'm not here. You feel for Edward in moments like these. Like, you know, man, he might be a prosecutor, and he might be trying to prove an innocent man guilty. But, you know, man, he's gotta feed his kids, you know? Like, you know, he's gotta do something. It's his job. What if the guy was actually guilty? You know, you gotta prove him guilty. I don't know. I feel bad for the guy. You know, I really do. Sadly, he has to go against me, which was his first mistake. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Mick pay. Okay, calm down. Alright. She's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. But I bet you want to catch her with her pants down, you fucking pervert. Sorry, It's a long day, man. It's been a long day. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp, it ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so I went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Sal just like, you know, one of those like bicycle carriages. Just like run it. At 2:30 we took a 15-minute break at the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you. The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk with that monkey head toppling over. So there was a van. And maybe in the van could it possibly fit a dead body? I see. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nicholas, dude. I don't think it's like the court trial is the final battle. I don't think this is the final battle in the testimony. Hold it. Okay. Like I was recording this earlier, like 5, and I yawned. Now it's 9, and I'm still yawning. Okay, so I need a... Ouch. So I just had to hit myself a couple times. Wake up! Get into action. We don't provide sub-content here. Sub-content. Subpar content. On the Beckfast channel. Only high-quality shit, you know. By yourself. Yes. And you didn't stop in the employee area. No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. Wait, no, I need to press everything. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witnesses did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said about you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. Indeed. That stuff. And when exactly was that? I forgot to. Maybe you could try remembering. No. The meeting ended at 4 and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think. Come on, all you did is state the obvious, Edgeworth. Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean? It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, alright. You dumbass. You're on the keep, sorry. What were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. Sal and I ate kingbone steaks at the table in front of the trailer. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal. And no, I mean someone else. One person is enough. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that she didn't eat the steak... Well, Nick, find anything? Kinda wish she said a little more. It's hard, I think you're pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said, somewhere. So... evidence that she did not in fact eat steak. Well... What? So, they took the break, and they ate steak. Bum 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 bum. I don't really know what would prove. Guys, let's go through everything again by yourself, yes. And what did you know? Oh, is this terrace? Yes, okay, I don't think there's anything there. Here's the end of the trailer before noon, that's nothing crazy. No one leave during the meeting? No one. Well, let's talk a bit more. Ba 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 ba. She gave me nothing again. How could the meeting begin at 12? Oh, yeah, it could have ended it. Okay. There was a rehearsal. When exactly was that? I forgot and try remembering. No. I think it was between 4 and 5. Sal take you in the van. What were you doing? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. Hey, T-bone steaks. If someone can convey that, it is Sal. So obviously this is a hint that I have to use some evidence to prove she didn't eat that steak. So, what evidence would I use to prove that he didn't eat steaks? There is nothing here, but maybe this. What? So, I had to prove that she did not eat a steak. So I used the steak from the employee area that had sleeping pills on it. Like what? Ah, as I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak, but I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mamilla ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there was no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Okay. Because the people in the employee area left the bones on their plate. But the people who stay there too, you know, had the self-decency to go burn them in that fucking incinerator. Whatever. Miss Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. Okay, but whatever. Could have just thrown the bone in the incinerator, but you know, it makes sense. It just makes sense. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order. Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Roy, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, right? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Let me guess. Where is your evidence? Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes. I mean, you can see a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? Well, you're a member of the Mafia. I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Ah, you see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. How'd you know? How'd you know, Phoenix? How did you know? That's just what I was thinking. Because obviously, the murder weapon was the fence. What? What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. It was the fence. Wrong, Mr. Wright. But I haven't said anything yet. I know you well enough by now to know when you're going to present the wrong evidence. I can I'm trying, man. I can sense it too with my fey blood. Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. I once without the seeds. Alright, okay, here's the real evidence, Your Honor. Is it the van? Did he kill him with a van? Am I like an idiot? Okay. Was it the camera? The camera killed him? It was Mr. Monkey. No, it wasn't Mr. Monkey. Cause it was broken? Okay. I'm not dumb, I swear. I think I was on to something. Would I say it was the murder weapon? I do think the fence was the murder weapon, though. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the murdering action scene run-through. But someone fixed that spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is this possible? For someone to stab a man who was wearing a thick costume with this through the chest. Order. Order. I think I was right. He got stabbed with the fence. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what your... Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be hired. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon? Then pray tell what it was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what was used to kill Mr. Hammer? I can tell you. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Boom. I got it right. I knew it. I was just one step ahead. That's all it was. Look at this photo. Oh, what is this? Why, that's Jack Cameron standing at the top of those stairs. Order, order. If I cannot have a trial, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not aware that this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see the fallen man on this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again. Damn. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Mrs. D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Hammer out the stairs onto the fence. Just like that, Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. That where she did it, on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die. 5 years ago! Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny that what I say is true. Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of the argument that Hammer died as the trailer, as you say. The body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate costume, no less? Are you then claiming I carried the body to Studio 1, returned to the trailer all in the space of 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of that body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed to the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? She had another way. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? For instance, actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. Bum 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 bum. If I get this wrong, I don't even know what. But I know I'm not gonna get it wrong. Cause you know who thinks about losing? Losers. Miss Vasquez. You carried the body to Studio 1. And you used the studio van to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's over. It's over. I'm calling it right here. It's over. It's over. Pack your bags. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, right? Don't forget, it was Sal Manella that drove that van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Of course he was. Of course Sal Manella has been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Mr. Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you may look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun. I win? Um, what? So, what happens next? Don't question me. Do you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost. Something like that. I just said that. Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez? So it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? Yeah. Who can say? What?
Huh? Are you sure I did, Mr. Wright? We just engaged in a battle of wits. You proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer.
Right?
But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You like decisive proof, Mr. Wright? What?
What?
Order. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
Of course. It's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Edgeworth is a chair. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you know my questioning, I'll be leaving. Eric, what do I do now?
Yes, Mr. Wright?
I was hoping I'd come up with a question while pounding my desk. I didn't.
You have my sympathies.
Damn. To come so far only to fail. It seems there is no further questions. I'd like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I was hoping to come up with a question while I was ejecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I feel Edgeworth. I fucking did. It's just tough. It's just tough. Damn.
I see. Very well.
Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again.
Does it make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have any to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself.
What exactly did you want her to testify about?
Well, yes.
Indeed. Verily I say, ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body.
After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter.
Nick, why did Edgeworth?
Who knows? Probably realized she did it too.
Fucking goddamn Edgeworth. You son of a bitch. We're just having great friendships from our greatest enemies. You know? But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that?
Edgeworth.
So, after all that, Edgeworth was like, you know what? Son of a bitch. Telling me to not slam my desk. I've had it. And, you know, he got to testify again. And Edgeworth, I will not let that chance go away.
I was with Sal in Old Bag. the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady Oldback was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home.
I see no issues raised in this testimony.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you were on her, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick.
Right.
I mean, from that, I,
don't really see anything that could possibly
be used.
Okay. Monkey head. We never used the monkey head, but I don't think we are. Ooh. Oh, this is fake now. Okay.
What time was that? So I say it was then. Exactly did Mr. Manila arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you.
Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Sal Manila's help. Or,
what did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy.
Boy.
Witness will continue her testimony. Mr. Powell was taking a nap, correct?
So he says. Did no one go to call him?
Remember.
Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm.
You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder.
Just keep going. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around.
You discovered a murdered body and only one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez, logically speaking, perhaps. But no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without the Steel Samurai costume, Powers didn't really stand out. I often let him on the bus when shooting at a location. No one noticed he was missing.
Poor Powers.
Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez, you may continue.
Called the police. What was everybody else doing at that time?
No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry I'm late. Then silence. Dead silence. Dead silence. Silence. Hey, Nick. Why's everybody so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. The security lady old bag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying who did it.
Old bag, the security lady.
Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going towards the studio.
Right, the Steel Samurai.
Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's last words? Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course I heard all this after the fact.
That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera.
She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammerhead.
I don't think there's anything in there I can use. You asked to be left out?
Yes, it seems that everyone was quite questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting. There was no way we could have been involved, thus they covered for us. Covered for you, or covered it up for you. There must have been a lot riding on it with all those bigwigs at this meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. The script in your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second, why would you need a script that show's cancelled? I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Well, how did you know that? Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I guess. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez says you didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio 1. Literally what I just said. Order! Order. Mr. Edward. What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping. I mean, he's not like he really needed to, you know. I like anybody could have really saw that one, saying that you saw that the T-bone steak plate didn't have a bone on it, and therefore accused her of murder. But you know, that's just me, you know. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and he couldn't do any action scenes, so I left him behind. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal. He told me. Sal, the director. You have to find something to pay her on this, or everything we've done till now will have been wasted. But maybe you need to go get him. You knew that Hammer was injured? How could you have known? I'm feeling I knew that Hammer was injured. What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean? It was Powers that was injured. You knew that Hammer was injured? Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. Oh, what? What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending. One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right, he must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manila was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez, you saw him limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Manila. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Ah.
And when was he doing this?
Well,
It would have to been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2 where he was murdered. Exactly. Thanks for the oop. Edgeworth. Really helping me out here.
straight assistant, bruh.
Miss Vasquez. You met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Order, I will have order. Witness, can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you try to sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he's fallen off hard times, but he was a star. Had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Humph. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? There is a reason it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on this matter? In other words, can you prove that she had a motive? Can I prove it? I mean, yeah, I can. But I don't have any evidence to prove it. So, of course I can prove it. Of course I can prove it. Okay, I have proof and I'll show it to you. I presented the court as evidence of Miss Vasquez's motive to this murder. This is my proof. This is the photo from before. Ah, okay, yeah, I get it right. You know, kid genius, you know, it's hard being this smart. It really is. It really is. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. So, you know, there was a spider on my roof very early in this episode. And it has been on my roof for the whole time, basically. And yeah, now it's nowhere on the roof, and I don't know where it went. And that's kind of terrifying. Where the fuck did it go? What the? Bruh. Oh my god. Okay, a spider just crawled up my leg. Holy shit. Oh my god. Where'd it go, bro? What the fuck? Okay, maybe it wasn't a spider. I think it actually was, though. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, that was the scream of a small child. I'm very sorry. Oh my god, that was terrifying. Where the fuck it go? Why did it crawl up my damn leg? Dude, what the fuck? Where the hell is the spider at, man? Where the fuck is the spider at? Okay. I'm going to quickly look for the spider so that I can rest at ease.